Okay, let's go ahead and finish this up. I didn't want to race through that teaching. So we talked about the signs and symptoms of hypo and hyperglycemia, which I know you know from med surg, but you really need to know it for everything. So um, a lot of client education and maybe family education too, the whole family, about diet and exercise, administration of insulin as prescribed. They are giving glyburide now as a hypoglycemic, but a lot of the oral hypoglycemics can cause harm to the fetus. So for years, it was only they were only regulated and maintained and managed on insulin. And now a lot of the doctors will still only do it with insulin because the baby is constantly growing, and that's wreaking havoc also with the mom's diabetes. Let's see. Instruct the client to perform daily kick counts. We've already gone over that to assure fetal well being. We know that fetal activity needs to be 2 or 3 times a day for 60 minutes each time. Fetal movements less than 3 per hour or movements that cease entirely for 12 hours indicate further evaluation. And so they need to come in. Here, we'll go back. And then I just wanted to talk a little bit about macrosomia does refer to a baby that is considerably larger than normal. All of the nutrients the fetus receives come directly from the mother's blood. If the maternal blood has too much glucose, the pancreas of the fetus senses the high glucose levels and produces more insulin in an attempt to use this glucose. The fetus converts the extra glucose to fat, just like we would. Even when the mother has gestational diabetes, the fetus is able to produce all the insulin it needs. The combination of the high blood glucose levels from the mother and high insulin levels in the fetus result in large deposits of fat, which cause the fetus to grow excessively large. There can be birth injuries associated with this. They may occur due to the baby's large size and difficulty being born. And then hypoglycemia, we look at also refers to the low blood sugar in the baby immediately after the delivery. This is very important. A lot of people think, well, they've got all the sugar on board, they're going to be hyperglycemic. No, it's the fact that they are so used to producing insulin is they a lot of times continue to do it for a couple hours, so they can drop to severely detrimental levels that can hurt them and hurt their brain. The hypoglycemia occurs if the mother's blood sugar levels have been consistently high, causing the fetus to have a high level of insulin in its circulation. And here it is. After delivery, the baby continues to have a high insulin level, but it no longer has the high level of sugar from the mother, so it's not balanced at all, resulting in the newborn's blood sugar level becoming extremely low. It can be critical. The baby's blood sugar is checked after birth, and if the level is too low, it may be necessary to give the baby glucose IV. It's that severe. And we usually follow these kids for about 24 hours with blood sugars prior to them eating, every time they eat. And another thing that we can also have that's quite common with our gestational diabetic moms with the babies is they end up with RDS, and that's a respiratory distress syndrome. And they have a lot of difficulty breathing. Too much insulin or too much glucose in the baby's system may delay lung maturation. So I'm going to say that again. Too much insulin or too much glucose, which the baby's going to have both of, in a baby's system may delay lung maturation and cause respiratory difficulties in babies. And this is more likely if they are born before 37 weeks of pregnancy. But depending on how big the mom is and how old the mom is, a lot of times these are born preterm because they're very large. The uterus is overdistended and they have that polyhydramnios, a lot of fluid on board also. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about the concurrent disorders. Those are the main ones we have to deal with. It used to just be RH and not so much gestational diabetic, but now we're seeing more and more and more of it. So this is a short one, and I hope you got a lot of information, and just bring your questions either to office hours or to class, and hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.